Santorini, part of the Greek Cycladic Islands cluster in the Mediterranean or the Aegean Sea. One of my favorite places in the world, not just for wine, but definitely the greatest place in the world to drink wine, which is the Gaia wine estate here in Santorini with Yiannis Paraskevopoulos, who I get to see all the time in the US, which is always a treat for me. One of the great minds of our world, I honestly believe, and
I'm blushing.
And one of the and of course one of the great winemakers.
So. It's an active volcano, and we have this. We have had many eruptions. We will have more eruptions in the coming future, undoubtedly. Yes. But the big one, the one that shaped the island as it is today, goes back in 1500 BC,
sure.
So like 2,500 years ago, and that created this layer of volcanic ash on which basically we're growing our grapes, and then acidic grapes, and then all this way of growing grapes on the soil leads to wines where practically all their attributes are linked to the soil.
And a big reason, I mean, there was no phylloxera, so you have 500 sometimes year-old rootstocks that are
Absolutely.
Pulling up and demything this idea of minerality, either that it doesn't exist or that it's arbitrary, but doing work to actually understand that volcanic soil has a link no matter where it is or what type it is around the world.
True. I mean, you taste Catarato from the Lipari Islands, you taste Koshu from Japan, you taste Furmints in Hungary, or Asirtko in Santorini. Although they are different, those wines, quite different, but
sure.
You can see a common line that unifies those wines. You can sense that it is minerality behind those wines and volcanic soil. It is.
Feeding into that.
I haven't said by saying that, I don't mean that in order to have minerality,
sure.
You have to have volcanic soils. No, what I meant is that on volcanic soils, minerality is more present.
Sure. Today, the other thing besides the land is the sea, as the omnipresent Aegean. And Yiannis has, since 2009, been submerging bottles of wine, the Thalassites.
Which means the one that comes from the sea.
So he's returning the wine to the sea. Talk a little bit about that project and why you
Well, it is a part of an experiment of how you manage the oxygen that does flow in your bottles when you're aging them in your cellar. And we know now that there is what we call the OTR,
yes.
Oxygen transfer rate, which means the oxygen that migrates from the environment into the wine. All right? Regardless type of stopper you have.
Right.
Screw cap, natural bark stoppers, synthetic, technical, whatever. Oxygen does flow. So what you taste after a certain period of aging, it's what results from this reaction between oxygen and wine.
Sure.
It can be sometimes at the benefit of the wine,
right.
For a certain period of time, sometimes not. Each wine has its own demands, requirements as for this oxygen. So the question is there, how do we manage oxygen? One way of managing is sulfites, which I love, by the way. Massive amounts of sulfites.
We didn't say we like controversial
sulfites.
Characters.
Yeah. It is a way of basically managing the oxygen that flows into your wine.
Sure.
Another way is totally block this migration of oxygen. Lead your OTR to the absolute zero. How do you do that? It's by submerging your bottle into water. It could be the sea, it could be the ocean, it could be a bucket.
Right.
Or your bathtub to use it. Anything, it's well, the sea obviously has the media wow. So it's blue, and you can go diving, and you can see the sharks which are trained to guard wines. Yeah, so you have to do all that.
Yes.
All right, this is medium. It's not the depth, it's not the pressure, it's not the salinity, it's not the light, it's just the fact that a bottle being submerged underwater reduces OTR to 0.
And you're still getting a development in the wine.
You do. The wines look, when you look at them, they look bright and young, as not one day has gone by. I need to say that arbitrarily we've chosen to leave those wines, if each vintage, for 5 years under.
Right, okay.
Right? And then we bring them to light. The wine looks as if it's been bottled yesterday, but then you see evolution. This acidity, the acetic hash, which is so low pH, yes, it's lower than Whistling, so very high acidity, which it's linked to the soil.
Right.
Lack of potassium. You may have minerals, but you may also not have some.
Right.
So lack of potassium leads to very low pH, thus high acidity, thus longevity, thus food friendliness. It's all about pH, basically. Oh, so, although the acidity is mellow after 5 years under, so you see evolution, but not the oxidative side. So it's like a hybrid of a young yet evolved wine. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes.
It looks young, it tastes evolved, but with no oxidation. What on earth is this wine? And then when you smell the wine, obviously, it is a flinty, sulfuric, which is terroir driven also, but now it's more pronounced. It's as if you're cracking.
Because of the anaerobic
yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
It's really holding on to these, what would maybe shoot off first, those aromas. And
could be, yeah. It's like cracking a match. It's interesting.
So today we'll be going diving to pull up about 20 meters down, pull up some bottles. This is taking, for me, borderless wine to extreme places, beautiful places where there's grapes and stories that, just because it's a beautiful place, you know, there's a lot to think about, from growing an industry.
I hope you get lucky.
Yeah.
I have a GPS location of finding those bottles. Hope we'll find them.
So
he flew all the way from San Francisco for this dive.
We've been talking about for a while.
Man, I know I'll hate if we don't manage to pinpoint them.
But it'll be nice to get in the water and get with the Thalcites bottles, which
That's
have
the
been
nice
returned.
thing about him. He's always optimistic about life. That's what I love in this guy. I mean, really.
But,
okay, buddy. Hopefully we'll succeed. It's a very gusty. It doesn't look from this point, but it's a windy day. It's quite gusty. It's going to be a bumpy ride, I'm telling you.
Okay.
So we should probably get started. We should go and jump into our bathing suits
and get everything going. We'll return when we have the bottles from under the water.
Who said that we're getting bottles? We might. You never know. And then it's barbecue.
Yeah.
So it's not very flexible.
Do you want to be for tourism or for wine? You know, that would be the tension point, I guess.
More expensive those grapes become, more Santorinians revisit the idea, probably here, now we do have a sustainable business that can provide wealth. And we see that this tendency of abandoning the vineyards has slowed down, which is a very positive and optimistic way. And then also we saw in the very recent years new young Santorinians becoming farmers. You wouldn't see that 10 years ago.
No.
You know, the average age of a vine grower in the island hovered something between 65 to 75 years old.